All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Like to say shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in our true faith sincerity. On the brother Barak with me,
It's the brother Dawada.
Khan, and yeah, we're the Akim from the Great Millstone Church here in Birmingham. And what else could we do but prophesy, man? And today going to Titus lesson and bring them to their place. And that's what's about to take place. Edom is pretty much is not in his right spot. This man is in power. Which, matter of fact, let's start off with that in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter. Because as you can see, this man having the wheel, him being behind the wheel, the results of it is the earth is in peril, man. It's in shambles. Now you got these new terms on the earth, such as chemtrails and beaching, GMOs, and shit like that. It just shows you that this man don't supposed to be ruling. And Yahawashi is going to fix that, man. So you can get that out. You start at verse 5.
Con. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun.
See, it said there is an evil
Yeah.
under the sun, and that evil was contributed by who was ruling under the sun. That's why you read Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, talks about how there's a season for every purpose under the sun, and that's about who's ruling. That's why when it talks about when you jump down to the 8th verse in that chapter, it talks about there's a time of war, and that can only take place. That can only happen in its perfection when the sword is in power. Esau, Edom. When you read Revelation, the 6th chapter, it talks about that red horse, and power was given to him, given unto him to take peace from the earth. And the same thing it talks about how it says a time of war and it's a time for peace, and that peace is going to play out in its perfection when our Lord Yahawashi makes his return and rightful claim on the planet Earth. When you read Psalm 72, which is a song for Solomon, and it talks about how in his days peace is going to be throughout the earth, man. But that evil that's taking place under the sun is the so-called white man, his power, man, him ruling, his influence. You got to do it.
It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler.
Yeah, it's perceived as an error, like the Lord made a mistake. And that show you who's controlling things. Yahawashi, man. And there was a time for evil to take place and wickedness to grow upon the earth. You got it out.
If I may,
you got it.
Job 9:24.
Let's see.
The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. So again, as the brother is saying, the Lord gave this devil his position. Verse 6, it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich.
And just from one sort of example, you got YouTubers, millionaires and shit. Like a nigga, he a streamer.
Yeah.
And then nigga play Fortnite all day, and somehow he's making $250,000 a year. And that's just scratching the surface. But folly is set in great dignity under the watch of this man. Everything is pretty much turned upside down. This man is a child. The folly is what's celebrated in this place. Folly is what's highly esteemed. Even all the way down to Jake, these so-called leaders are fucking entertainers, whether from the sports realm to seeing this nigga on a movie screen. There's no way you can take serious, man.
Court jester.
Yeah, that's it. But they are highly celebrated, highly esteemed in this society, man. You got mukbangers and shit. Just everything. Everything is just out of course, man.
Yeah.
You got to know what.
It says, and the rich sit in low place.
And we the rich, man.
Mm-hmm.
We're the rich, because we got these riches. The real riches is having this word, man. See, we're not being celebrated and looked unto as those to be loved in this society, you know. But we the rich. Why? Because we possess the wisdom, knowledge of Yahawashi, but we at a lower state right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, the walk.
It says, I have seen servants upon horses.
See, servants upon horses, and that's Esau's. That's his true state, man. To be a servant. You know, you go into the prophecies. Oh, it leads to it talks about how Edom is going to be judged, man, by this great judgment, the violent overthrow of America. But that's not it. You know, it's even more to come by the way of us gathering these devils and bringing them into chains, man. Because that's his true lot, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I said service upon horses, like somehow the valet driver got a hold to your keys and went and dogged your shit out, man. That's what happened to the planet Earth.
Yeah.
You know?
If I may?
Yeah, you got it out.
But that tiller of the ground?
Yeah, that's it, man. Get that, matter of fact, Bob. That's it, man. He was out. He said he was a man of the field, and you know what else? He's always that's his lot. Even from a judgment standpoint, where you hit this man, he turned different colors and shit. You know.
Genesis 4?
Yep. Yeah, I think it's toward the top.
Okay. Yep, Salaki. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 2.
Start at 1, Bob, because I start at 1. But it shows you that this is Jacob and Esau, man.
That's it.
When you go on to it from the order of the birth, Cain came first.
Mm-hmm.
Then Abel.
Okay.
Tell you the first came out red with Jacob and Esau. Esau came out red, then Jacob came.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we finna witness the height of this storyline, so to speak. This beef between these two characters, man. You got it a while.
This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. See,
Esau came out red, then Jacob came. Same thing. You had Cain to come out first, then Abel, man. It's those the same spirits, and they show you that reincarnation on all levels, man. You know, different spirits, different events. You know, but we coming into the height, the conclusion of Jacob versus Esau, man. To where everything is gonna fall right in his rightful lot. You got it, though.
It says, and Abel was a keeper of sheep.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man. That's
it. Hey, man, come on, man. Yeah. You got it out.
But Cain was a tiller of the ground.
See, that's his lot, to be a tiller of the ground, man. That's not just recorded for nothing. You know, because also that's what he's gonna do, man. He's gonna till the ground. He's gonna labor, man.
That's it.
Hey, even Scripture got the first job lined up for you elites, man, because they're gonna begin with you. You know, fuck Joe Sixpack. They're gonna be 2-time losers anyway, man. You know, they barely, trying to make a life here in their own kingdom. and they ain't gonna have no chance in the world to come. But these elites just living lavishly and comfortably and eating the best meats and having the best of everything. Well, guess what? The first job of you devils is to pick up bodies, man. Dig these graves up. You're gonna have some to dig graves. You're gonna have some to plant different flags. The flags where the bodies in. You're gonna have some to throw the bodies in there. They're saying, you do the crime, you do the time. So this nigga fucked the earth up. This is him contributing to the earth, making the earth better is by him digging, burying them bodies, man.
That fertilizer.
Yeah, that's it.
You want to get that word, Tiller?
Yeah, get that, Baba Gashai. Yeah, let's get that. Let's see what.
Okay. Strong's H 5647. It says to work, serve. So as we go into it, that's his job, man, to be a servant. It says to labor, work, do work, to work for another.
Hey, and when the scriptures talk about how we're gonna build, we ain't gonna literally get our hands dirty. No, we're gonna have these other nations to do that, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, of course, all these other nations are gonna be judged. They all gonna be subject unto us, man. But our arch enemy, man, that's why the scripture even talks about give us any plague, but the plague of the heart, in any affliction, but the affliction of an enemy, man. Okay. So that's we in the worst captivity ever. Why? Because we on our arch enemy, man. And these devils got these other nations in suggestion in a sense where they pay tribute and they follow after his ways and shit. But who he putting the most hell on? Us, man. That's why he set up these. You got Arabs and Hamites and shit, goops and shit in our neighborhoods to suck us dry. But hey, he's leeching off them from leeching off of us, man. But guess what? In the world to come, you're gonna work for us. I said, beginning with these elites, these bankers, those that actually don't know what that means to get up by alarm clock. They haven't experienced, anxiety, or they have because of this word coming forth, the report. What you got to know,
it says to serve as subjects.
That's it, and that's what they're going to be, subjects, man. But you can go back to Ecclesiastes.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 7. I have seen servants upon horses.
See, servants being in power, man, because you read the scriptures, you read the word horse, that goes in a symbolic sense, it goes into power. Or you might read the word horn. See the word horn, it means power in a symbolic sense. So servants is in power right now. You got it up.
It says, and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
Oh, and what was that statue of
what's that dude?
Yeah, was it Roosevelt?
Andrew Jack, yeah, Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. He had a Gadite on one side, and you had a Judite on another side, man. That was a perfect analogy of what's going on. You literally see the statue, but this man is elevated over us. We're being brought low. We have been brought low. So you can't just overlook that statue and just say that's just something that it was to the point they hid it because it was out. It was out, but it wasn't in the museum. It was like outside of it or something like that.
That's right.
And them nigga put it up, man, trying to wipe away the fingerprints. But it's already set in stone of where you're going, man. Your destination.
I got some.
Con, you got it out.
This is just going back on, the topic, man. You're gonna reap what you sow. You're gonna get that payback.
Yeah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16,
Mhm.
it says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries will start with who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. As the brother was going into, he gave the gooks, the ragheads position in our neighborhood to suck us dry, to devour us. It says, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. And again, that's starting with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, our arch enemy, man. You
Uh-huh.
know, he's going to receive that which he done dished out, man. And that's righteous from Yahawashi. That's justice, man.
That's
You
it.
know?
That's it. That's beautiful right there. Matter of fact, get that Isaiah 14.
Okay.
Just going back to the title of the lesson, because that's what it's going into. Lord is finna, everything is finna come back in its rightful order, man.
Hmm.
Because out of these other nations, they was anticipating our downfall, and what's that? I think that's in Lamentations. It said
Yep.
this is the day we waited for, and
Yep.
to devour us and capitalize off our downfall. Well, guess what? Now that's a curse unto you. Now we licking our chops, waiting on you to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell you the heathen rage, they imagine a vain thing,
Mhm.
but we anticipate, this is the day we waiting on for you to be overthrown. We're gonna take advantage in off of your downfall. We're gonna, when they say we're gonna devour them, just like how you eat an apple, you don't eat an apple because it's sweet, you eat it for the nutrients. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna devour you, devils, as well as you other nations. We're gonna get all the resources on the earth,
What?
one of them. You got it out. You got it. Yeah,
It says, this is the faith and patience of the saints.
That's it, man. And that's who the report was given to.
Woo.
That's why they want it.
Yeah.
The saints are the one that's anticipating this, the rod of iron, and this word to come. You got to know.
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 2.
Start at 1.
Verse 1, it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land.
And we in that process now. Yahawashi having mercy upon us, and even send us in our own land by the way of us going into our customs, going back to our ways, the old paths, celebrate these different high holy days. Our diet has changed, our outlook. So that this process is the Lord is already bringing forth this now, man. You got it right.
It says, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
And that's what you seeing now, man. Us in that Gentile state of mind, waking out of this cesspool and coming back to Yahawashi, that house of David, man. That's their refuge. Because once we heard this word, we cleaved unto it, man. You got to do it.
And the people shall take them.
And then who is that them? Yeah. That them is concerning the other nations, beginning with Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. See, that's that process. Once we gather, then we're gonna overcome you other nations, man. You got it out.
It says, and bring them to their place.
See, and bring them to their place. Matter of fact, get that word place out. Cause just going back to Ecclesiastes the 10th chapter talks about how it was an error that this man was even in power. So he got to be brought back to his place. You got it out.
Strong's H 4725. It says standing place, standing place, station, post, office.
See, his office is to be a slave. That's his office. You got it out.
It says place, place of human abode.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got in the Strongs,
It says standing a spot. It says, but let me see.
Yeah,
okay, it says of a condition of body or mind.
See? That condition, and what condition is that? To go to hell. We're gonna bring your ass to hell.
That's right.
He talking about hell, Esau going to hell, as well as these other nations. Ham going to hell. Moab, Elam, Ishmael, which is a lower state, man. It's to be brought very low.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what he's going to be brought to the low, man. Mm-hmm. This is he's known as the basis of men.
That's it.
So he at the bottom, and that's what he's going to be brought to, man. Mm-hmm. You know, but it's a condition. So that's what the condition he's going to be in a very low state. It said a body or mind, but it's going to be body and mind.
That's right.
They're like how on Sundays you think about you got to go to work tomorrow. Man. That's some crazy. That's a sick. Yeah. It show you we in hell, man. How much more Esau Edom, so-called white man? You know, them alarm clocks gonna be different. It's gonna be Shrek waking you up in the morning or some shit. In the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, so you're gonna that condition of your body, you know, gonna be beaten and shit. But as well as you're gonna be plagued in the mind as well. Oh, that's part of the curses when you read Deuteronomy 28 chapter. You're gonna be smitten with madness. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be hoping that you know, it talks about you hoping that it's tomorrow. You hope that for the next day. You're not sure for your life. But that's gonna come. That's what that process is beginning now. But it's gonna be perfected in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Mm-hmm. You know? They gonna hope for the Sabbath.
And these devils. I mean, the sun finna go down that mouse. You know what I mean? Some stupid. But they know in the back of their mind when the sun go back down now, once the devil over with, you know, they're gonna be plagued now.
Okay. Yeah, man, that's beautiful. But we vehemently hate, you know, having to go to work for this motherfucker, man. You know, had to serve our enemy, man. We hate that, and when the tables is turned, it's gonna be beautiful.
That's it.
You know,
that's it. You can go back to that.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And
you're gonna be brought to your rightful condition of body and mind, to be that servant, that punching bag that you was prophesied to be, man. Just going back, that he was a tiller of the ground. Or even when you go into the blessing, when you read Genesis 27 chapter, it talks about how Isaac, he told Esau, I have made thy brother thy Lord, man. You know, you got it all out.
It says, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
Hey, that's that place. You got it out.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Hey, man, that's justice, man. That's beautiful. That's confident. Because now we know the answer, like the Lord ain't forgot about slavery. That's just something in the past. No, man. We coming to now. We've matter of fact, can you get something for me real quick? Get Job 4th chapter, because everything is a build-up. This man had to earn this judgment. So it's a process, man. So now we're in the maturation of it. Get Job 4 and verse 7.
Okay. Beautiful. This is Job chapter 4 and verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
So yeah, all these judgments that takes place are not random events. You know, a baby get hit by a stray bullet. It wasn't some random, man. that was calculated by Yahawah bahasham. Why? Because ultimately, that spirit wasn't innocent. You know, or what were the righteous cut off? So, and you see, it's a question mark. So it shows you that that these people that get judged and die, ultimately they did something. So how much more the so-called white man? All these atrocities that taking place on the planet Earth, and the Lord just gonna let this man slide? Come on, man. You got it.
It says, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same.
So he said plowing and sowing. So it's a process. It's a build up to them receiving what they have worked for, man. You know, so you have put in a lot of time concerning slavery, where you even had games and shit to torture Jake. You had nigger ball and gator bait and this other. It's a plethora of other things that's coming out still. That has not been revealed yet, and that's why it's going to be a double, man. You know, it's still new shit coming out. That's why it's going to be a double, man, upon this man. But as you can see, he had plowed and sowed, and ultimately now we come to everything is going to be ripe. You know, and that's why the Lord is going to submit this man downfall with that violent overthrow of World War III. But that's not it, though. That's not just that's it. No, now you devil's going to be plucked out of these bunkers and shit. As you mentioned earlier, Psalms 149, how we're going to bind these kings in chains and nobles with fetters of iron. Because you're going to be brought to your proper place, man.
That's right.
You know? You got anything out?
Yeah, I got something real quick.
You got, bro.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus. Just going back to, you're not going to get away. You know?
That's it.
So, Ecclesiasticus chapter 16, and I'm going to start at verse 11. And if there be one stiff neck among the people, it is marvel if he escaped unpunished. See? So Esau is stiff necked among all the people of the nations, man. He's clean contrary to the ways of Yahawah. So it's a marvel if he escaped unpunished. It says, for mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive and to pour out displeasure. So that's the balance of Yahawah, man. He's going to forgive his elect, right? And he's going to pour out his displeasure on Esau, Edom, and the other nations. It says, as his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judge of a man according to his work. So whatever you push out, that's what you're going to get back. You done pushed out rape, rob, and murder, slavery, the oppression of the apple of the Lord's eye. Guess what, man? It's a hell waiting on you. It says, the sinner shall not escape with his spoils. Esau, you're not going to escape with your spoils, man. You're going to vomit all those things up. It says, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated. So, yeah, we patiently waiting for Yahawah to take you devils down, man. Because we know what the reward is. Rulership. Reigning over our enemies. Starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. What you got it out?
I mean, is just going back to that line.
Okay.
The sinner not escaping with the spoils and our patience not being frustrated goes hand in hand, man. Because that's what we hoping on, this devil to be uprooted, man. That his plans blows up in his face. Literally by the way of World War III, man. That's you know? But you can probably go and get that Lazarus and the rich man, St. Luke 16. Because just going back, the Lord pretty much summed it up with this man. You know how everything, this dynamic will be summed up between Jacob and Esau. See, it said the rich man and Lazarus. You might have said Jacob and Esau, Cain and Abel. It's the same thing. The wicked and the righteous. Okay. Matter of fact, real quick, get this Sirach 33.
Yeah.
And no, what I want. I think it's
like 13.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Because these are two main characters. These are the only two nations that will actually have the whole earth, and as a whole, as power, dominion, rulership. When you read the blessings, they was given the fatness of the earth. But Esau's blessing was temporary because the sword was going to take him out. That was that curse that was put on him at the end. So get
You want to start at 13?
Go. Let's see what the lamp says.
Okay.
I started 10.
Okay. This is Sirach chapter 33 and verse 10. Of all men, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse.
So the Lord have divided these different nations. That's why they got these different customs and shit. All the way down to their lands, and they get certain resources in the land of Elam that differs from the land of Moab. So the Lord made their ways diverse on all levels, man. But ultimately he has said, matter of fact, continue on,
Some of them have he blessed and exalted.
See, and ultimately it is concerning the elect in this time, man. You'll say Israel, but really is concerning the elect. Matter of fact, continue.
It says, and some of them he sanctified. And set near himself.
See, that's concerning the elect, man. Being made separate. Because you can say, Israel, the blessing exalted. Then he said, some of them he sanctified and set near himself. That's the Israel of the Most High, man.
That's it.
You got it, though.
But some of them have he cursed and brought low.
That's their hell.
And turned out their places.
See, and that's the destruction of America, man. That's going to be the memorial. Lord is going to, that's that, it tells he's going to leave his heritage for the dragons of the wilderness, man. You got it out.
As the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as like of him best.
So Yahawashi have got these different characters for this movie called Life that you living right now. And everybody's playing their certain life. You have got the righteous, you have the wicked, and right now the wicked is doing his thing, man, bringing forth evils, wickedness. But then you're gonna have the righteous to show you how to really run the earth, man. Beginning with our Lord Yahawashi. You got it out.
It says good is set against evil and life against death.
It's just like saying Jacob and Esau. Yeah. It's the same thing. You got it.
So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly.
See? Oh, what's that in Proverbs 29? Talks about how the just man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked, man. Roughly paraphrasing. But at the end of the day, Jacob and Esau are the two main characters, man. But at the end of the day, who comes out on top? Jacob, man. Just like how the scripture talks about how light is self of darkness. You can't have light and darkness in the same room. One is going to dominate the other. And that's light, man. And we seeing that transition now, even you see the signs for the moon and shit. The moon be out when the sun out. To show you that transition, that takeover in the spirit is happening, man. The moon out all day and shit.
Yeah, that's heavy out.
Show you that this transition is taking off. It's happening, man. That lesser light,
Yeah.
But this is you seeing that Jacob versus Esau. It says Lazarus and the rich man, Cain and Abel, righteous and the wicked. It's the same thing. But at the end of the day, the wicked will be put down, man. So you can go back up.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day.
See, and there's these elites. the rulers of Edom, and it said clothing perfect, meaning royalty, and they living well, man. They got like I said, the choice meats, the best of everything. You know, everything is pretty much free to them. They own everything. You know, they dictate what goes on in the media. They dictate, you know, these certain the vibration on the planet Earth. It talks about the heavens and the earth. So what the heavens is those that's in power, and it's going to actually affect how the earth is ran, man. You know, but these devils are the ones that's living it up. You got to know out.
It says, and there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate, full of sores.
See, and that's us concerning us, and laying at his gate is us pretty much here being defeated in America, man. Full of sores. Damn, what's that? I think that's, you ain't gotta get it. I think that's Jeremiah tells you the Lord has smitten us with the wound of an enemy. And those sores, you see it now by the way of Jake with some pink hair and shit, and that's just scratching the surface, man. But that's us being defeated here in America. You got it out.
If I may, you know that laid was laid at his gate. You know, as the scriptures say, to our soul bow down, so they can walk over. You know, so that's just, you know, more evidence of us at a lower state. You know, and as the elders say, you know, two sides of the same coin. You know, when they on top, we on bottom. You know, and vice versa.
That's
it says, Slack.
You got it.
Verse 21, it says, and desired to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
And that's our people, you know, that's why the scripture said, fret not, man. You know, trying to follow after the ways of the devil, and now your goal is for 100,000 or 1,000,000. That's crumbs. Because guess what? Even billionaires, somebody actually wrote that check out. Somebody actually had more than $1 billion to give you that. We want the whole thing. That's the elder brother mentioned. We want the whole pie, man. Fuck, give me a slice.
All right.
Or a piece of it. Jake just want to smell it and shit. We want the whole thing, man. You know? But that's how people have been so succumbed and defeated to where just 100,000 will please them. A nigga cry out for reparations, but you still riding the fucking bus, or you gotta email for a bill and shit. But that 100 million make you feel loved up, man. Fuck all that, man. You know, you got it out.
Yeah, if I may, you know, they money, they face on the money, man. So
that's it.
You ain't in no sovereign place, man. You still under the thumb of your oppressor, man. You know, going back to Jake wanting the fucking crumbs, man. And that's what this truth develops, man. It develops a king mindset, right? As the brother said, we don't want the scraps. You know, we want the whole damn thing, man. You know?
That's it.
It says, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
See, and that's concerning these nations capitalizing off our downfall. And to the point where Jake ain't gonna be able to bounce back in this society, man. When the dogs licking your sores, you're not gonna be able to, that wound is not gonna be able to heal. It's more niggas buying blacks now. It's more niggas buying, you know, Rellos and shit. And who's getting it for them? You know, you got Ishmael telling he got a new flavor of White Owl cigarillos and shit. You know, more flood of niggas come in, man. Yeah. But these other nations contributing to us not being healed. You know, not actually to heal, man. So that's why I said every one of them is gonna go into captivity. All these other nations, man, because they have devoured us. They capitalizing off our downfall. You got a fucking goop restaurant in the middle of the hood. You know that motherfucker ain't no good. Ain't no stray dogs around it. You know, it took generations for them to pick up on it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Got a sign in it that say black owned.
Yeah. You know it's up to no good, man.
That's it.
You gotta know.
It says, and it came to pass
Uh-huh.
that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
See, and it says the beggar died, meaning ultimately our captivity is over with, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's when our captivity has ended. Because you got to understand, this is a parable. So this is, you got to take, it's not literal. He died and then he went to heaven. No, meaning his captivity is ended, man. You know, and it said, and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. Matter of fact, Bible, should I get that word carried? Let's see what that says. Because ultimately, that you're going to be lifted up at the end of the day. When somebody carry you, they got to pick you up. You know, so and our Lord Yahawashi said he's going to raise us up in the last day. And that's going to be on all levels, us being raised up in a literal sense by us going into the chariots. We being raised from the dead now, by the way of this word. That's the beginning stage. Like I said, to the build up to the chariots. But even in ranking, we're going to be the top nation on the earth when you read Isaiah the 2nd chapter, man. We're going to be on top of the hills or something to that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know? You got to know what.
That word carried, Strong's G 66, 667. It says to carry off or bring away. Mm-hmm. In the Strong's, it says to bear off, bring, carry. You know that root word?
Let's see what the root says.
Okay. Strong G 5342. It says to carry, some burden. It says to bear with oneself. Let's see.
I mean, you ain't gotta worry about it. You can just go back to the prayer. Because at the end of the day, we're gonna be carried, meaning we're gonna be lifted up, man. We're gonna be exalted at the end of the day. Once our captivity is over, we're gonna be exalted, man. You know? You got it out.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
See, and so we're gonna be at rest. Scripture talk about the beds, being in our beds, and that's in the symbolic sense concerning us being in power, man, being at rest. You know, that's when we want to. Yes, like what you said.
I was thinking of that Proverbs 18. The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
Oh yeah, that
raised bed.
That's it. Oh man, that's it right there. That's it, man.
You know, just going back on what you said, you know, laying back, you know, being carried up to that chair by the angels, you know, you know, and then we're gonna be at rest, you know, that raised bed, man. And it said the righteous runneth into it and it's safe.
Oh man.
Going on, it says the rich man also died and was buried.
See, so his run came to an end, and he said he was buried, meaning when you bury something, you don't put it on top of the shelf. You dig a hole and you put it in the ground. You it's going down, so to speak, pretty much. So this man is gonna be brought down. Matter of fact, get two scriptures, Bible side. One is that Sirach 41. Sirach 41 and start at 1.
Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 41 and verse 1. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions.
And that's and this devil, that's what when you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, that's what they counseling with themselves, but not right. They come up with these different things because they understand that their time is coming to an end. tells that their life is short and tedious.
Mm-hmm.
Having all these damn meetings and shit, they up all night, and they would just just got a taste of power, man, influence and shit. Now that time is up. You got it out.
It says, unto the man that have nothing to vex him.
Oh, was that in Psalm 73? They're not in trouble as other men.
I was just thinking that.
You know, but now that trouble is coming upon you. That report has reached the gates of the nobles, and they are sick of what they're hearing and what they seeing. They got the signs in the heavens. They you know, they see the same thing we see, man. Through the spirit, you know, and they actually got these different satellites and telescopes and shit, and they see what's going on in the heavens, man. Why do you think they came up with the space what it is, the
Space Force,
Space Force and shit, man? Cause they see that death is approaching them, man. You got
it. It says, and that have prosperity in all things. Yeah, unto him that is yet able to receive meat.
See, so but as you can see, that death is a bitter thing unto them, and they sin is approaching unto them. You got it, though.
It says, "O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy."
See, and that's what we waiting on, the end of our sentence, end of this captivity, man. And that's by the way of the destruction of America. We are hastening, that we should not die in the pit, and our bread should not fail. Cause hey, ain't nothing here for us, man, in this place, man. You did get $1 billion.
Yeah.
You would kill yourself after, so you got all the cars and holes and all that. You gonna end up killing yourself because ain't no substance in this place, man. It's nothing. Everything is vain. Makes you empty, man. You know.
What that song is? More money, more problems.
That's it.
That's it. That's why Lil Wayne popping pills and shit.
Yeah, man. Nigga eyes yellow and shit. Like that's a different type of sick. I can see your eyes was red. Your eyes yellow, man. You sick for real, goddamn.
Going on, it says, unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaireth and have lost patience. See,
and that's why our people, they have lost patience, and they have sided with the so-called white man because of our condition, man. Us being brought at a lower state. So of course, their death, that's going to be an acceptable sentence, which is the end of our captivity, man. So, but after that, we're going to be raised up. After this, the end of our captivity, we're going to be raised up. But after the end of the so-called white man and his run, he's going to be brought low. And saying that, get that Isaiah the 14th chapter. You can start at you probably get the point. I think it's like verse 12, I believe.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
So that's this devil was at a high state, man. To where everybody wearing 3-piece suits, everybody speaking English. The world was right around his finger. But now he is, that saying Jake say he fell off. Well, that's what we see. We see the fall of the so-called white man, man. We see it in real time. This devil, he was the old Lucifer, son of the morning. This was the light bearer. He's the one that led the charge on the planet Earth, the influence, what was right and what was wrong, and these certain things. But now he's tells you that this bitch Babylon is going to be no more called tender and delicate.
Mm-hmm.
This man has pretty much has lost his luster, man. The influence, the power. The Lord is not watering this man no more. Why? Because ultimately, we in the withering process of this devil. And you know what you do with things that's withered twigs and sticks, you just cast it in the fire. And that's the next step for this man. You know? But that was pretty much it on that. You can go back to that St. Luke.
St. Luke chapter 16 and verse 23. It says, and in hell.
And that's where Esau is going.
That's right.
Esau going to hell. Hell, you going to hell. Elam, Moab, all y'all going to hell, especially Edom though. Tells you hell is moved to meet me at that kind. It's a special spot for you devils, man. It's a special spot in hell for you. But like I said, hell is not a spiritual place where you burn forever. And Satan with a goatee and his fork and all that trident and shit. All that stupid shit. No, that's you being in that low state, that low condition, man. You know, being brought to your place, which is hell, man. The bottom. You got it, though.
It's like you have Jake with the saying, white man's heaven is a black man's hell.
That's it. Hey, that's true, though. That's true. Hey, just going back, you mentioned, like the elder said, the two sides of the coin, because that's the only way it's going to work. That's the only way you're going to be able to be in heaven. Or, you know what I mean? The other one got to be in hell. Matter of fact, but as we read on, it's going to go into that. You got it?
It says, and in hell, he left up his eyes, being in torments, and seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
So yeah, as you can see, how today's time they say they got a 400-year gap between us. They had a head start. Well, that's how it's going to be in the kingdom, man. You're not going to be able to catch up, or somehow you got a seat in the Senate or some stupid. You know what I mean? You got a seat in council. Edomite got something to say about the affairs of the earth. Hell no, man.
Right.
You know, you're gonna be brought. You're gonna be in this hellish condition. You're gonna see the contrast between the two. You're gonna just like now. You know who in power. You know who ain't. You know what neighborhood you in when you ride by.
Yeah.
Whether by looking at the pavements of the road, or especially if you see a train tracks, you know that's a Jake neighborhood. Train tracks and shit.
You can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they gonna know that it's gonna be a separation, man. You got it though.
It says, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue. For
that's ultimately that's what he's gonna cry for mercy, man.
That's it.
Out of all that's what we doing, but you ain't showing no mercy. And that's what you're gonna receive. What's that in is that Colossians? That ain't Colossians.
Mercy rejoiceth against
giant. It's probably a giant one. I know like it's 13 or something like that. With me.
Let me see this.
Let's see.
I want to say it is James. Let me see.
It might be 2 and 13. Let's see. Yep.
This is James chapter 2 and verse 13. For he shall have judgment without mercy that have showed no mercy.
See, and this devil have not showed no mercy. When you read with that Isaiah the 14th chapter, he got that continual stroke.
Yep.
Tells you that also in Daniel the 7th chapter, they wear out the saints. You know, it's a constant thing with this devil. And as I mentioned earlier, even with the alarm clock. That's him still showing no mercy. That's part of those deceitful strokes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this man is not showing mercy on all levels, man. But guess what? He's not going to receive no mercy because that's what he ain't show no mercy. Why should he receive mercy? Right. Just going back to the book of Job, this man is pretty much earning everything that's coming his way, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we ain't just saying the devil going to slavery because we just mad we ain't making it here. No, this is what this man his fate is. He's actually working for it. You know, Scripture said he's going to get the death penalty, so to speak. Well, you gotta have an offense worthy of that, and we seeing it, man. Throughout history, it ain't just in this lifetime. It's just being capped out. This man is putting the icing on the top in his lifetime, but throughout history, this man have been doing abominable things. Every time we fell off, this man was there. Mm-hmm. When we first came out of Egypt, despite the report that came out what the Lord did to the Egyptians, this nigga still came against us, man.
Yeah.
That's a sick nigga, man. He got to go. Mm-hmm. You got to do what?
It says, he that shewed no mercy, it's like I'm going to read from the top. It says, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that have shewed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment.
See? And that's the time we in, man, where the Lord's about to bring forth that judgment upon this devil. Mm-hmm. There's not going to be Lord ain't going to pull no punches with this man. Mm-hmm. Even through us, once everything's set down, the smoke clear and the dust settles, we round this man up, see a little, eat him while he all frail and shit. We ain't going to pull punches with this man.
Okay.
Niggas sign laws and legislation to keep us at the bottom. This same motherfucker, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You can let this nigga go, man, and you got him in the house and shit. Now, he on the field, man. Tell Esau's a man of the field.
That's it.
But that's part of it, man. That's his bro. That's his lot. Mm-hmm. You got to go out.
Come back in Luke chapter 16 and verse 25.
Oh, and then let me slack it. What it said, have mercy upon me, Father Abraham. And this nigga gonna call on the Lord, man. Yeah. And when all hell, when that hell come upon this man, this nigga gonna call upon the Lord, man. Matter of fact, get that Second Samuel.
Yeah.
Oh, what you had? You had a
I was thinking there was none to save.
Yeah, that's that. I think that's that Second Samuel 22. I think like 2 Samuel 22 and like I know it's like 41, 42, something like that.
Okay.
I believe like.
Yep. This is 2 Samuel.
Just start at 41. Just start at 41. We'll.
Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 22 and verse 41. Thou hast given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them that hate me.
So the Lord is giving us the necks of our enemies, meaning what they're gonna be at our disposal. Mm-hmm. Meaning we're gonna have control of them. You know, when you have something around your neck, whatever's even talks about it in Proverbs, how it talks about how buying wisdom about that neck, because that's what's going to guide you. So us having our enemies in our necks, having the necks of our enemies, Salakia, we're going to be able to have our way with them, man, and not how this devil did. This sick nigga have because we was giving it to his hands, and he have done abominable things, man, and butt breaking and shit. We ain't finna do no stupid shit like that, no sick ass shit like that, man. Yeah. We're gonna do it in righteousness, you know.
So like
yeah, you got it.
What they say, according to mine anger.
That's it, man.
That's what we're gonna do, man. According to the Lord's anger, man. You know. It says
also it's like in us having the necks of them is gonna lead to their destruction.
That's right.
It's not like we caressing them, no shit. It said that I might destroy them that hate me. Mm-hmm. So meaning what? Payback, man. You got it.
It says they looked, and there was none to save.
Oh, even in that's spirit. That's heavy, man. This nigga is gonna be at that point to where he's looking for a savior, man. And this nigga, and his pride tells there's no power. You know, he trusts in his wickedness and his science and his technology. But when all that shit is taken away, you're gonna be looking for a security. You're gonna look for an aid. You're gonna call on the Lord, man. You know, he even talks about how these other nations is not gonna hinder your persecution, man. Ain't nobody gonna stand in the way of Esau. You're gonna stop. This is, and nobody. You're gonna actually contribute to the Lord. You know what I mean? Overthrowing this, man. How this devil pointed us out to the Babylonians and shit. But we doing that with Yahawashi. Lord, get that Edomite. And bringing up charges on him. But ultimately, as you can see, once this man is brought low, he's gonna be calling on the Lord, man. You got it, though.
They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not.
See, and they're just going back to the parable. This man said, "Father Abraham, have mercy on me." That's what this devil was going to do, man. You know, like I said, you mentioned earlier, this man, he's going to acknowledge the Sabbath. He's going to embrace it. And then going to be praying in the Hebrew and shit. Lord ain't going to answer that, man. All this time you've been hiding the Hebrew and hiding the name. Now you want to call on it and nigga, man. You got to know out.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
See, meaning what? He's asking for relief. Does he want a relief, man? And that's what we do. Our people, you see our people, they do it in ignorance, but they crying out for relief when they march and certain things, these different protests, saying, stop beating my ass. You know, guess what? You're going to say the same thing, though, but it's going to be more emphatic and intense because you ain't going to be able to protest. I dare you to protest in the kingdom. You're going to see what happens, man.
All right.
I mean,
that right eye.
I'll tell you.
It says, and besides all this, hold up, Salakia. Verse 25. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thou good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
Hey, just going back to the two sides of the coin, man. For Lazarus to receive good things, the rich man have to receive the evil. You know, just like now, how this devil is receiving good things, he's living prosperous, and it's because we is at a lower state. But it says, but now is he comforted and thou art tormented, which the perfection of that is going to be in the kingdom of heaven, man. And we, like you said, we upon our beds, and this devil is that laborer. You know, he's that tiller of the ground. But even that process is starting now by us receiving the comforter, the report we're given that this is about to take place, man. And guess what? He's received a report now, and that torment is beginning now, man. Before we physically put our hands on it, it begins mentally and spiritually, but it's going to actually build up into a physical sense to where we're going to be empowered, and this devil is going to be brought low, man. You got it.
It says, and besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed.
See? So, meaning you're not going to be able to spill over to our kingdom, and vice versa, like how we can't come into your arms, man. It's fixed. It's a boundary. You got it?
It says, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence.
See? So it tells the Lord number and measure the times So everybody got their own portion. You ain't gonna spill over to another time period, man. You know. So once the devil is brought down, that was the end of his rule. Now it's time for Jacob. It's not gonna be somehow Jacob Edomite. You know how they say the Greco-Roman, the Jacob Edom. Ain't gonna be no shit like that. You know, you got it out.
It says,
because motherfuckers try to say all nations are like GOCC. They want to bring everybody in. No, man. There's gonna be a separation. You're gonna know who is in power. You're gonna know who's the subjects, and you're gonna know who's gonna be the lowest of all the subjects as well. Because there's gonna be a ranking system in the kingdom.
Okay.
We even talk about how the Sabians are gonna be taskmasters. So it's gonna be different levels, different lots and offices. With these nations, they still gonna all get their ass whooped. They still gonna all be subject and pay tribute unto us. But them Edomites, man, they're gonna get it the worst out of all of them. That's what they did to us. Yep. The Lord gave us unto him. He did any and everything, man. So you don't think that's gonna come upon him? And that's why the torment. Yeah, you got it out.
Like I was thinking of that Zondervan's definition for Edom. One of the neighbors of Israel who was not promised any mercy, a place of great future judgment. So as the brother's saying, you're not going to get off. And matter of fact, the other nations gonna revel in your downfall, man. They're gonna actually help contribute to your torment. They're gonna get their ass beat too. But Edom, man, get ready.
That's enough.
Yeah. Yeah, Edom, get ready.
God. Yeah, you continue on.
Verse 27. Then he said, I pray thee, therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brethren, that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment.
And damn, was it the Rockefellers? Was it the Rockefellers?
Oh yeah, yep, I had 5 sons. Yep.
Hey man, come on now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's heavy.
Yeah, man. But hey, these devils, man. And as you can see, Lazarus is always this nigga trying to find a loophole, man. At the end of the day, when you really going to, he's trying to find a loophole that suits him. Continue on.
It says, and Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets. Let them hear them.
And guess what? You see that done. Moses and the prophets have been raised up in the latter days. You seeing it now, man. Through the spirit of power, Yahawashi, the Lord have raised up his men in the latter days, as well as this man got relics and artifacts. He got evidence to show you that Yahawashi is alive and well, man. That the scriptures is what it says it is, But he's not gonna. Matter of fact, continue on.
And he said, nay, Father Abraham.
See, this nigga asked for some help. In the help that was the advice that was given unto him, this nigga said no, man. So what you do with that? You just kill him, man. You just get rid of him, man. At the end of the day, because that's going to be the ultimate fate of Esau. Once this destruction comes, and he's been bounded for them 1,000 years. Also, you just gotta cast him away. Matter of fact, get this in the book of Isaiah 14, because these other nations they're gonna go back to their lands, But this devil, he ain't got no land. See, the land of Israel gonna be expanded because we're gonna have the land of Edom. Yeah, jump down on that. I think it's like around. Let's see, keep going.
Oh yeah, yep.
So what it says, it's gonna be cast like an abominable branch. You might have to go up on that out.
No slack.
Let's see.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, start at Oh man, just start at 18. Yes.
Yeah. Cut Isaiah 14 and 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
See, and that's gonna be these other nations going back to their lands, man. Because guess what? Somebody got to cultivate them lands, man. Somebody got to get them resources from them lands, certain spices and precious metals. So they're gonna rule, gonna set up certain leaders and shit over them. They're gonna have their thing, but at the end of the day, they're gonna follow the law, statutes, and commandments because that's gonna be the standard, and they're gonna pay tribute, man. And these other nations, they're gonna realize this was the best thing for them. The nation of Israel, being in power. He even talks about how the creation waited for the manifestation of the sons of the living power. That's on all level. The creation on all level, from the birds, the trees, even the fucking goop, man. Whether he know it or not, he deep down really wants us to be in power because that's gonna contribute to the welfare of the earth, man. When you read Wisdom of Solomon in the 6th chapter, so these other nations gonna go to their land. You gotta know out.
It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch.
See, so you're not gonna be put to rest. You're not gonna go to your land and set up these, set yourself up and get things right. No, it's not gonna be like that. You got it.
It says, and the raiment of those that are slain thrust through with a sword that goeth down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
And when you do with that raiment, is you burn it. You got bloody clothes, it got holes and shit in it. You just burn it, man. You don't fold it up and put it back in your dresser. You burn it, man. That's you right. Got it right.
It says, thou hast not joined with them in burial.
So meaning what? You're not gonna go back to these lands, the land of Edom, because we're gonna possess. It tells you that in Amos, we shall possess Edom. And it talks about the land, because it's not gonna be no more Edomites after those 1,000 years. When you read the book of Obadiah, you got it out.
It says, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
See? So, because ultimately it's going to be like a bad dream. And those that have actually seen this man is going to be the ones that live to tell the story. See, that's going to be a true saying as well. Live to tell the story. We actually seen an Edomite in power. Not, because you had born in the kingdom. That's the only time they have that's not the only time, but that's their time to experience how Edomite being in subjection. But we actually seen an Edomite in power, him in a 3-piece suit, a clean shaved Edomite. In the kingdom of heaven, who have heard such a thing? Who have, it's going to be on the few number of spirits, particular spirits that actually have experienced that. Actually seen a devil being in power. He telling you what to do and shit. Come on, man. We in a monumental moment. But I think that was pretty much it. Matter of fact, read the next verse.
It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
See, so that's that. They're gonna, as I have seen, they apply iniquity and soul wickedness. Read the same. So they have came back to get their judgment. These devil that's now have got that old money, as they say. You niggas, you the one that kicked it off. You just now reaping the benefits of your work. But that slaughter is prepared for you. It tells you that if that children be multiplied is for the sword. You gotta know out.
It says that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
See? And guess what? The destruction is what's going to cement this man downfall. He ain't going to be able to bounce back from this, man. Especially, and then once he gone into them chains, hey, that's it, man. It's a wrap,
That's it.
But you can go back to that St. Luke. You got anything I got?
No, I ain't got nothing.
I'll wrap it up on that St. Luke. You got it.
This is St. Luke chapter 16 and verse 29. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent.
See, as you can see, this nigga trying to come up with another way to try to, man.
Yeah.
But continue, because the Lord, guess what? The Lord even honored that, man. We the one that the Lord raised us up from the dead, man. And now this nigga is in great fear. Yeah. He's spooked because your Lord honored what you said, man. You wanted one to come from the dead and tell you what's up. But the Lord did it. You had a nigga in overalls and watermelon, eating watermelon and shit, to going back to coming back to an Israelite man. That's a miracle in itself. A nigga in America, especially in America, man, where you got all these different distractions and different things to overcome you and shit. To come out of that state of mind, man, that's a miracle from Yahawashi, man. Being quickened, and you know. And guess what? Us being quickened, this nigga is now spooked. But that's what you asked for. That's what you wanted. You wanted one to come from the dead, and you'll repent. But we rose from the dead. Now you write laws about shit like that.
Freedom of speech or something. Trying to cut that.
You got no
Cause it says, and he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
See, because the Lord rose up, he rose Moses and the prophets from the dead, man. From that dead state of mind, you know, us being reincarnated in this lifetime, and ultimately waking up to this truth. Guess what? These devils still ain't repented, man. Oh, it tells you even when the destruction comes, when you read Revelation 9, it tells you he's not going to repent for his murders and his sorceries and his witchcraft. So you can't rehabilitate a man like that, you know, because the rehabilitation is going to be for them nations when they get their ass whooped. See, a gook ain't going to have a taste for rats in the kingdom. After 1,000 years, there's going to be a select few, because they're going to still go off. But they're going to know that's not right. But this devil, man, he's created to.
That's it.
He's Satan, man, on the earth. So he's adverse to Yahawashi. So ultimately, once this man is bound up, he's going to contribute to the building of the kingdom. And then he's out of here, man.
That's it.
You know? But ultimately, we're coming to the time where this man is about to be brought low and brought into chains. And there's one thing that he's afraid of. It talks about how Cain, his judgment, too grievous for him to bear. This man know what's on the table, man. That's why, just going back to Lazarus and the rich man, this man coming up with another way to try to repent, go back in time, and repent and shit.
Like he can finesse the Lord.
Yeah. Because he tells us, no, if you do it like this, Lord, okay. And the Lord did it. Now what? Nigga write a law concerning misinformation. That's a sick nigga, man. You just gotta get rid of him at the end of the day, you know. No. But you can't anything else out.
No.
So man, we just hope that we're edifying. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash. Like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We like to say shalom to the elect that teaches word in our true faith and sincerity. DTA, a Bible ball. Soon. Very soon.